Every empire believes it will last forever. But history tells a different story. In this final part of the hidden history of the United States, we ask the most important question of all. Is America declining or simply changing its form? This is part 3.
Part 1. Empires don't fall, they transform. Rome didn't collapse overnight. Britain didn't disappear after one war. Empires don't fall, they shed skin. They retreat from what's visible and reinforce what's invisible. Rome traded legions for law. Britain traded colonies for commerce. The flag comes down, but the system stays. The United States is following the same pattern. Less factories at home, more leverage abroad, less soldiers occupying land, more dollars occupying balance sheets. Manufacturing moves overseas. Debt moves inward. Production becomes dependency. Control becomes abstract. Because in the modern world, you don't need to own territory to own outcomes. You don't need to invade a country if you can influence its currency. You don't need armies if markets obey you. Power today isn't about borders. It's about bottlenecks. Who controls trade routes? Who sets financial rules? Who writes the standards everyone else must follow? America isn't losing power, it's reformatting it. From factories to finance. From muscle to middleware. From domination you can see to domination you barely notice. And that's the most dangerous kind. Because when power becomes invisible, people assume it's gone. But history shows something else. Empires don't disappear when they weaken. They disappear when they stop adapting. And America hasn't stopped adapting yet.
For the first time since World War II, America is no longer alone at the top. China, India, regional alliances. Not empires in the old sense, but networks. They don't march tanks across borders. They build ports, lay fiber cables, fund railways, control supply chains. Influence now travels inside containers, code, and contracts. China exports infrastructure. India exports talent. Middle powers export leverage by choosing sides or refusing to. This isn't a battle for land. It's a battle for position. Who becomes indispensable? Who becomes replaceable? The world is becoming multipolar. Not chaos, competition. Multiple centers of gravity, multiple rule sets, multiple currencies in motion. No single country controls everything anymore, but many control something. Energy here, semiconductors there, food, shipping, data, minerals. And when power is fragmented, negotiation replaces domination. This changes how power works. Strength now means resilience. Influence means optionality. Victory means surviving shocks better than rivals. The new powers don't need to defeat America. They just need to outgrow dependence on it. And once that happens, the rules everyone lived under start to bend. Not suddenly, not violently, but permanently.
In the past, empires controlled land. They ruled through borders, armies, and territory. Today, power looks different. Modern empires don't fight for land. They fight for data, for technology, for communication networks, for artificial intelligence. America still leads in tech innovation. Its companies shape the digital world. Its platforms connect billions of people. But the gap is closing. China is investing trillions into AI, chips, and infrastructure. Europe is trying to control power through regulation. Other nations are racing to build their own digital independence. The new battlefield isn't on maps. It's inside servers, satellites, and supply chains. It's about who builds the fastest chips, who trains the smartest algorithms, and who controls the flow of information. Technology now decides economic strength. It decides military advantage. It decides who sets the rules and who follows them. AI will replace some jobs and create new ones. Algorithms will influence opinions, markets, and elections. Networks will decide which voices are heard and which are silenced. This isn't just an economic competition. It's a struggle for influence, security, and control. Whoever controls technology controls the future economy. And this race may decide the next world order.
Brain Part 4. The internal struggle. External threats get attention. They dominate the news. They give people someone to blame. But internal problems decide fate. Debt grows silently. Spending rises. Future generations pay the price. political division deepens. Debate turns into hostility. Compromise disappears. Trust begins to break. In institutions, in leadership, in the system itself. History is clear. Empires don't collapse from invasion alone. They fall when citizens stop believing that the system works for them, when loyalty fades, when unity fractures, when hope is replaced by anger. America's biggest challenge is not foreign rivals, not distant enemies. It's internal stability, social trust, and the ability to hold together before it falls apart. The United States is not ending. It is evolving. The future will not be about domination, but adaptation. About how power is used, not just how much exists. The question is not whether America will survive. The real question is, what kind of power will it become? This was the final part of the hidden history of the United States. But history never truly ends. It changes form. It repeats in new ways. If this series helped you see power differently, tap like. If you want more stories like this, subscribe to the channel. And if you want a new series on another country or empire, comment below. Because understanding history is understanding power. And power always shapes the future.